Hello, people. Have a serious matter to talk about. Well, maybe not that serious, but today's matter is the iPhone Air. We need to talk about it. I've seen a lot of reviewers talk about it, and I don't see them get to the point or like understand the point of it. Maybe they get it, and I don't know. They're just saving face for Apple. But that's why I think we need to talk about this phone. So let's bring back the clock a little bit to back to 2020. 2020 was the best year in recent human history. Apple released the iPhone 12, phone that was mostly remembered for bringing back the squarish design and a similar look to older iPhones like iPhone 5, but like very beautiful look. A lot of people love the design. Another thing that it was famous for was 5G support. Also, something really cool, which was the iPhone 12 mini. The iPhone 12 mini was literally quite the same as the fully sized iPhone 12, except, of course, with a smaller battery and a smaller screen. But it had access to the same software, same camera system, same processor. It was literally the same, but with a nice $100 discount. So, if you wanted to get the newest camera, access to 5G, and not pay that much, you could get yourself an iPhone 12 mini and it would be just fine. However, this phone wasn't flawless. Again, the battery being smaller and the overall iPhone 12 lineup having worse battery life didn't really help it have a good reputation, and the sales numbers actually reflected it. 12 mini didn't sell as well as Apple was expecting to sell. Then the iPhone 13 came out, and it was basically an upgrade. It had a physically bigger battery life and also a more efficient chip, making it have a go from a completely unacceptable battery life to a somewhat acceptable battery life. It also came with all the other upgrades of the iPhone 13 over the iPhone 12 mini, like better camera and stuff. You might expect, well, this is gonna sell better now, right? But turns out it wasn't the case. It sold even worse. So by 2022, Apple, I guess, thought maybe people don't really want smaller phones, maybe they want actually bigger phones. So, of course, they came out with the brilliant idea of the iPhone 14 and the 14 Plus. The overall iPhone 14 non Pro lineup was horrible. Maybe the worst lineup of iPhones. I'm not sure if ever, but yeah, it was definitely really bad. It was a relaunched iPhone 13. It was the same camera, same processor, 60 Hz display. Uh, yeah, a very bad phone. And the iPhone 14 Plus was also, yeah, horrible value. You were paying $900 for a phone that had a 60 Hz display, a 12 megapixel camera that was already aging quite bad, no dedicated telephoto. You had lightning, and yeah, it was just a horrible deal. The iPhone 14 Plus sold even worse than mini phones, and the rest of the Plus iPhones were really bad. I mean, the fact that a Plus iPhone that came out in 2022 was worse than an iPhone 8 Plus that came out in like 2017 or something like that. It really speaks volumes, because even the iPhone 8 Plus, I think even like a 7 Plus had a dedicated telephoto, but these phones that came out in 2022, 23, and 24 couldn't have a dedicated uh, telephoto lens. So yeah, it's fair to say that the relaunching of the Plus iPhone wasn't really a success, but it was no one else's fault. It was no one else's fault but Apple. Sorry, I had to say it like that because that's the truth. And I think Apple in this situation had this sort of predicament of what do we do? What do we do if we want to charge more for what's basically a base iPhone, but stop failing when people just call out the iPhone Plus for what it is, which is again just an overpriced phone. An overpriced phone that doesn't have features that most Android phones for like $600, $700 have. What what can we do? What can we do? I think that was what Apple was thinking during this time. So in their infinite wisdom, they thought, you know what? Let's make a Plus iPhone that's actually even worse than the Plus iPhone, because now this is only gonna have one camera. This is gonna have worse battery life than even the base iPhone. This is gonna overheat. But you know what? People will still buy it. It will only have one camera, and we'll sell it for $1,000. So people will still buy it. Why? Because it's really thin. And I don't remember the last time we asked for thinner devices. I don't remember the last time anyone ever said, you know what? You know what would be cool if my phone was just thinner? If I had a overall bigger phone that was just slightly thinner, that doesn't have good enough battery life to last me through the day. And this is what this is basically what the iPhone Air is. An excuse to sell a phone that should be even cheaper than the base iPhone because it has less features than the base iPhone. It only has one speaker, it only has one camera, it has USB 2.0 charging speeds and transferring speeds. It is basically worse than the base iPhone 17 in almost every way you can think of. Yes, it's a piece of luxury, of course, but I mean, when you buy technology, you don't buy a piece of jewelry. You're buying technology for its function, or at least that's what a lot of people do. But yeah, so please, people, don't buy iPhone 17. I mean, there's way better options out there, even from Apple. They yeah, they're just lying to your faces. They're just, well, maybe they're not lying, but they're just selling you something that's objectively worse in almost every way. The novelty of a phone being thinner wears off very very quickly, and it's just like the iPad Pro, the 2024 iPad Pro. I don't remember anyone asking for a thinner iPad. I mean, I personally use iPads. I have an iPad Pro that I use for work, and instead of having a thinner iPad, I would have even preferred a thicker iPad, slightly thicker iPad that was able to last me through the day. But that's another story. That's another discussion. But another thing, people, stop defending multi-billion-dollar companies. Come on, these companies don't care about you. They don't care at all about you. So stop going to comments and just typing, "Hey, you're just salty and you're dumb because you don't know what the iPhone Air really is all about." I don't think Apple really needs you to defend them, and that's why Apple already has a bunch of influencers on there. So yeah, stop defending multi-billion-dollar companies, people. You don't look good. You won't get any benefits from it. I see a lot of people just telling or commenting, I don't need like 3 cameras. I only need one camera. I don't use my phone all day, so the battery life is fine for me. I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this. And they just keep writing reasons why, instead of making the iPhone Air look good, they're just writing reasons on why you shouldn't be buying a phone in the first place. If you don't need a super advanced camera system, then don't spend $1,000 on a phone. Keep your iPhone 13, keep your iPhone 15, keep your iPhone, hell, even an iPhone 8. I mean, if you don't really use a camera, especially if you don't use the telephoto lens, if you don't care about the battery life, buy an iPhone SE. Just, just stop, people. I don't understand why you defend multi-billion-dollar companies. I mean, I guess you can defend your purchasing choices. You don't want to feel bad for purchasing something. And I'm saying that you're dumb if you buy that. I mean, I'm just saying that this particular product doesn't seem to be a really good choice. That's what I'm saying, okay? So please don't take it as a negative comment for you if you are one of the people who got yourself an iPhone Air. I'm just saying that if you have an iPhone Air and you enjoy it, even though it has only one camera, even though it has a bunch of things missing, instead of enjoying that, I think you shouldn't have bought a phone. I mean, if you don't need all that technology. But anyways, this has been it. I hope you people enjoyed this video, or at least it made you think a little bit more. If you think I'm wrong, and if you think I'm yeah, if you think I'm wrong, you can type it down here in the comments, and you can write your reasons why you love your iPhone. But yeah, just don't fight for a multi-billion-dollar company, people. That's it. That's what I'm saying. But this has been it. Take care and bye bye.